Welcome back to Macy's Cooking Corner, and in the kitchen today we have Tyler, we've just made this delicious, what was it? Limeade.
Frozen lemonade.
Frozen lemonade, absolutely delicious. Just the right amount of tart. That's what I was trying to find. That word, tartiness. Can you say that? Tartiness.
Yeah.
And now we're going on to the main. It's not a main dish. It's again another entree. Is that correct? Or appetizer?
This is the main dish.
Entree. This is the main dish.
This is the main dish.
So the Peruvian stir fry. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what is the first thing that you start to do before you start cooking it? I suppose.
Right. So I'll just explain a couple of the things that we have here.
Please, would you do that for us?
So here are some of the things that I have that we put into our Lomito Saltado, Lomo Saltado.
Okay.
And so we have here red wine vinegar, and I believe that this one has pomegranate infused into it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
From Macy's.
Okay.
So you can get it here. Here's our Kikkoman soy sauce, and also our Dynasty sesame seed oil. Western Family beef broth, our Latin market ají amarillo, yellow chili pepper, and we also have here a mixture. I've already mixed a couple of the ingredients here, so we also have, this is the soy sauce mixed with a little bit of water to dilute the salt, and a little bit of our red wine vinegar. And I have here prepped up just a couple bowls of salt, pepper, and sugar. We do put a little bit of sugar just to take the bitterness from the soy sauce off of the stir fry. And what we'll do first is we'll prep a couple of the things here. I have cilantro that's been chopped up and a little bit of the onion, and we'll just show how we did a little bit of the onion as well. We'll cut up the tomatoes, and we'll do the green onions.
All right, and then, so all of this, you frying it with the meat, or have you marinated the meat, or?
No marinating of the meat.
Okay.
I think we actually have here our meat pre-cut. I cut it into little tiny strips.
Okay, so what is it, what is it, a lump of meat in what way?
It's just a lump of meat. No.
Okay.
This is a beef tenderloin, so it's a very fine cut of meat. It's very soft. I think it's one of the best cuts of meat.
Okay.
And I like to use beef tenderloin for this dish because it's very soft, and stir fries can make meats a little bit hard. So I've just put salt and pepper into this meat mixture right here. Okay. And if you're looking to get a cut of meat that doesn't break the bank, you can use different cuts of meat that, with a little bit extra preparation, you can make it taste great. Like, for example, a flat iron steak that is fairly cheap, not quite as pricey as tenderloin, but if you cook it sous vide, which is basically in a vacuum, like you put it in plastic bags, put it under the water, let it cook very low heat, and the meat's still soft. Wow. Cheap meat. Now, you don't have to break the bank to have good food. Okay,
I like that. Fantastic. So you're going to show me, or show us, how you cut your onions with your fine knife. I'll put it down so that I don't chop your finger off or anything.
No, it's good. So first, I'll just show how we cut the onion into these little pieces right here.
Okay.
So we just cut them, I believe it's called a julienne cut, so we just cut it straight down like this, right? So just little tiny pieces. I like to have a little bit crunchy onions. If you like to cook them a little bit longer, you may. And so.
But this one, you're not cutting them fine or anything like that. These are chunks.
Yeah, these are pretty chunky. I mean, you have a piece like right here. It's not terribly big. It's pretty wide, but you know, other little pieces, they're just little strips. So you just cut them into little strips, and it'll saute just nicely. And we'll just take this piece out of here because it doesn't look very good. So I'll just put that here for right now.
Okay.
And
wow,
then
that's a lot of onions for how much meat?
This one, I believe this is 2 pounds of meat. So it's a pretty large number of meat, large amount of meat.
And I suppose with that, is that all depending on whether or not you like the onions? I mean.
Yeah. So for me, I love the onions.
I love onions too.
I love it. I love them crunchy, and so I put a lot of them. Tomatoes, I think generally we could have 2, but since I'm not a fan of tomatoes as much,
then you're gonna
I just use one.
Okay.
But it does give to the flavor, so I do put that here. So this is green onion. We also put this in here along with our red onion. Right. And I like to cut these kind of small.
That's a lot of onions.
Yeah, it's a lot of onions. But it all adds to the color, to the flavor, and you can just cut it, nice and small right here. Just get a little, little tiny pieces, almost like your, what would you call fried rice, right?
Yeah.
So you just get little tiny pieces like that. Should be good. I'll just finish cutting this up right now. And then after this, we'll move on to our tomatoes. So you're probably wondering, so Peru is a Latin American country. Why are we doing stir fries and stuff?
Yeah.
So back from the 1500s to the 1800s, especially the 1800s, there was a large influx of Asian culture that came to Peru because they were abolishing slavery, and they had a lot of migrant workers. And so because a lot of Japanese and Chinese came to Peru, they didn't have their ingredients that they had back in China. And so what they would do is they would kind of take ingredients from Peru and then make it into something that kind of resembled China.
Right.
Now we have our Lomo Saltado. So we have our French fries that we'll be making.
Yes.
Rice.
Okay.
Very Asian. And then we also have, this stuff that we'll be sauteing. Our soy sauce, red wine vinegar that kind of are hidden towards the Italian immigrants that came to Peru. And we have our green onion chopped up here, so we'll just put that to the side real quick.
It's a bit of skin right there. Okay.
All right.
And
now, so
then-
for our tomato, this one has been washed already. I like to just take the top off it, of the onion, of the tomato. Just to take the little core out of the tomato right there. And you can cut it into slices. I like to take the seeds out of the tomatoes, but you don't have to. If you like the tomato juice in your stir fry, that's totally up to you. I think for this one, we'll take the seeds out just because. So here's our tomatoes right here. We'll just take a couple of the seeds out right here. All right.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too much. It leaves basically the outside of the tomato. Now, if you're not into wasting tomatoes, you can leave them all in.
Leave them in.
So that's basically what it looks like.
Okay.
Just leave some chunks of tomato.
Oh. So again, you don't chop, you're just leaving it chunky. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
I like it. Bless. No, I was going to say bless you, but you didn't sneeze.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll leave most of the seeds in there.
Okay.
But here we have our tomatoes. They've been cut up into these little slices here. And so we have everything ready. All we
Okay.
have to do is to stir fry.
Stir fry it, put it all together.
Yep. So
I love
we'll do
that.
the onions first. I like to cook them just a little bit, just so that they're not terribly crunchy.
Okay.
And then so we'll cook those first a little bit in just a little bit of oil.
Okay.
And then we'll do the meat and throw everything together.
Oh, I love that. Fantastic. So we're going to take a short break right now and prep a little bit of the oil, get it all heated up, and we hope you'll return for when we put it all together. Is that correct? With the meat. Stay tuned.